We are joined by the general manager of the Vancouver Canucks this morning, Jim Benning. Jim, welcome to Sportsnet 650.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. This is exciting for you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so look, I mean, busy weekend for you, and a lot of people wondering right now. Tell us you've got this grand announcement for us to share with the signing of Bo Horvat, right?
Well, that would be exciting for sure. We're still working on that. I think it's going well. We've said all along our policy is not to bring it into the media, where the negotiations at, but I think it's going well, and hopefully, we can get it done here in the next week.
Are you optimistic that before training camp?
Yes, I am. I think this is a big week. We're going to be talking to their group again this week, and we'll see. We made, I think, some progress last week, and then hopefully this is the week we can get it done.
Can you just is it term or money, or is it a combination of both? Can you tell us that?
Yeah, we have an internal policy where we'd rather not talk about what the ongoing negotiations are, and as soon as we have an announcement, we'll be happy to share it with everybody.
Thanks. We were expecting something a little more exciting there this morning, Jim. Come on. You're giving us nothing here. Okay, so explain the rationale then with respect to Thomas Vanek. I think there's a lot of people, look, you get him for a one-year deal, $2 million. I mean, personally speaking, I like it for the depth that you guys add, especially from a top six standpoint. But there's also, I guess, a counter concern from some of the fan base that says, well, wait a minute, you're cramming this roster up here with a bunch of veterans that are squeezing out the young prospects. So is that the case? Does this now handicap opportunities for young players to try to crack a spot with this roster?
No, I don't think so. We want competition from within, for jobs and ice time. And we have some good young players now coming to training camp. And like with Troy Stetcher last year, if they come into camp and they deserve to be on the team, I'll find a spot for them to be on the team and to play. I think with, young players, when you talk about young players, it's about their competitiveness and their consistency, where, veteran players, they know to show up and play hard every night and to be consistent, and that's why they played in the league a number of years. I think with any young player, it's just trying to find that balance of those two things. And, so we got some competition for, especially up front now. We got a lot of forwards, but we have room for our young players. If they come in and, they have a good camp and they deserve to be there, we'll make room for them.
Where do you envision Thomas Vanek sitting with this team? Do you envision him playing with Daniel and Henrik? Do you see him playing with Bo Horvat once he's signed? Where do you see Thomas Vanek fitting in right now?
Well, that'll be up to Travis to decide where he plays. But he's been a proven goal scorer over his career. So whatever line he plays on in the top nine, I think he'll add skill to that line in scoring.
Jim, let's talk a little bit about some of the younger guys. And I think what the biggest concern was a lot of the fans over the weekend was it's almost a mixed message that we're having a rebuild with youth movement, but we've signed a number of veterans. So a guy like Brock Besser, who came in and showed some promise in his small sample we had at the end of last season. What do you say to someone like Brock Besser or Goldobin or Virtanen about this training camp? And indeed, if they do play fairly well, is there a spot available for them?
Yeah, we still have 2 spots available on our roster for our young kids to come in to perform and to prove to us that they deserve to be in the league and on the team. And once they do that, they'll be on the team. I think we wanted to add support for our younger players. I think at the end of the year last year, when we had, some young players in the lineup and we weren't competitive in the games and we were losing, I don't necessarily know that that's the right route to go. So we wanted to add skill to our team this summer, and I think we did that with Sam Gagner and Vanek and Belzado on the back end, a skilled player. And it's going to be there's competition. It's not going to be easy, but when these players come in and they deserve it, they're going to get their chance.